Shane Dias, what has happened in the match?
So India they started off, you thought they were going towards a 10-wicket win as I predicted. Unfortunately, we ended up losing 2 very quick wickets. Then you're thinking, okay, fine, maybe middle order gets you through, easy run chase. No, you lose more wickets, and then Rahul, the man, the myth, the legend, it's a half century, guides India home.
There's a reason, right, why you asked Shane to do this? Because of Rahul.
There are multiple reasons why I've asked him to do. Not one, multiple reasons. One of them is what you mentioned. The other is that he predicted a 10-wicket win for India. So
all of us got our predictions wrong. Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10 in that order.
I'm the closest.
Okay, you won by 4 wickets.
7 is closest.
Okay.
7 is closest to 4 or not.
It is.
But it is better than some of our friends who predicted that today you guys will go home early because the game will finish in the 27th over.
27th over.
This is commentators' curse. Not commentators' curse. Commenters' curse.
Commenters' curse.
Ugh.
By the way, if I have to sum up the game, you have survived a massive scare.
Mm-hmm.
The Indian team has survived a massive scare because yes, you have won the match by 4 wickets with about 6.4 overs to spare. But you were 1 wicket away from the loss.
Exactly.
Had that wicket been of Rahul, maybe about 5, 7, 8 overs ago, you are in
big trouble.
Deep trouble. Mind a word.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, and this is where I want to point out, and this is something that we have been talking on Sports Today for the longest time, that you cannot go into a ODI game with batting till number 7. You will need, and that's why I used to keep giving examples of, I know a lot of people said that you can't, not every team can be like England. Yes, you cannot have batting till 11, agreed. But bare minimum what you need in a 50 over game is 8. Till 8 you need to have a all-rounder.
True.
Okay, what one thing, and India are lucky by that count, is that UC Chahal got injured. So you got Kuldeep Yadav. Had UC Chahal been there, I don't think that you're batting at 8. See, Kuldeep Yadav only got 10 runs, but they are crucial 10 runs. Your batting side looking slightly okay at number 8 because of Kuldeep batting, and that happened by chance.
Yeah.
What you do going forward, we don't know whether Kuldeep now continuously plays, in that place. But batting looked okay. But in the long run, you will have to see, and if you remember, and this is what we pointed out after the first game, so it's not like a fair weather comment that we're saying it, today because it's happened, there's a collapse, so we are like reacting to the situation. If you go back to the last game that India played, and they won easily, we still pointed out that what happened in the last game, it was a dream batting for you. So your openers fired, Virat Kohli got 100, the lower order also all chipped in with some crucial runs, and it was a perfect stage for you. But on days where, let's say, your top order or your openers don't get run, Virat doesn't come to the party, which are unusual, but if it doesn't happen, those are the days you're going to struggle. Today against a weak batting lineup, that is Sri Lanka, it came close.
Yeah.
Had this been any other team, they wouldn't have given you 200 and something to chase. They would have given you on a tough track also. Assuming that it was a tough track to bat on, because both teams struggled, they would have given you with the same conditions 250, 255. You wouldn't have been able to chase with this batting lineup. You need a number 8. And so this is something, food for thought for Indian team going forward, that you need an all-rounder at number 8. How they sort it? I have a few solutions. We'll talk about it later. But that's something.
Yeah, but Kuldeep Yadav, we have all said, no, he's improved as a batter.
That's what I'm saying. You got lucky today.
Yeah, because even in that Chattogram test, you remember Kuldeep and Ashwin were the guys who ensured that India got over 400, which turned out to be a winning total.
Correct.
Here, now see, Kuldeep Yadav's batting and bowling today kept India in the game. Bowling because he took 3 wickets. He was the one who ushered in that collapse.
Yeah.
And today, with just about 25 needed, but the last batting pair also done. Akshar Patel was out. If Kuldeep had not hit those 10 runs, And he looked much more assured than KL Rahul if you have to look at it. Because he set out attacking.
How's that unfair, yaar? The man's bloody got 64 and you're saying Kuldeep Yadav looked more
he gave
assured
him
than KL.
assurance. He gave him assurance that okay, I
But
can
didn't look
bat.
more assured than KL Rahul.
Okay, Shane, I'll come to that later.
Come on, you're being like on a day. If KL Rahul would be watching sports today, if
But he would now, he would be only watching one part. We are coming to KL Rahul later.
But you just said that, didn't he say Kuldeep looked more assured than KL Rahul?
Gave him more assurance.
You said he looked more assured than KL Rahul.
Okay, 10 of 10, but 2 boundaries when
But
KL
cannot
towards
look more assured than KL Rahul who got 64 runs. You could say,
weathered the storm.
yeah, you could say that he may have come in and given some confidence to KL Rahul.
Yes.
But not
Rephrasing
more
it.
assured.
Rephrasing it.
Rephrase it quickly.
Yes. He gave KL Rahul plenty of assurance.
Yes.
And that is why...
Varun Parvatani is saying, come on Sidvi.
Oh,
You can't say that.
Okay. We are coming to KL Rahul later. But now I am saying Kuldeep, now going forward, what if Chahal recovers? Does he immediately come back in Thiruvananthapuram? Looking at an ideal world, I would say, look, Kuldeep has regained confidence. The match at the Eden Gardens, where he's always had a good record, taken a hat-trick, taken plenty of wickets there. Now he took 3 wickets to ensure Sri Lanka wouldn't have gotten to 230, 240, which by hindsight looked to be a much more trickier target to chase on this wicket. Now, he stitched a very crucial 25-run stand with KL Rahul. Now when Chahal is fit, Kuldeep makes way.
No. I don't think that, irrespective of the fact that if Kuldeep did not get runs today, I think you know his utility as a batsman and you will need him going forward, because you cannot go, as I said, number 8, you need some sort of batting. But I think even if he wasn't called into action today with the bat, assuming let's say India won with Akshar Patel and KL Rahul, even then you will have no option but to go with Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah.
I think you cannot be unfair to Kuldeep Yadav going forward. You cannot keep doing this to Kuldeep Yadav again and again, that he picks up wickets and he's not picked. And jokes aside, Siddharth will crack those jokes that he didn't pick up Pfeiffer, so he will not be dropped, because he picks up Pfeiffer, then he's dropped. But he picked up wickets today.
Yes.
You're having problems with spinners picking wickets in the middle. If that's your problem, I think Kuldeep Yadav is that answer. Your biggest problem is middle overs, you don't get wickets. Because that's why your spinners need to come in. Now, Akshar Patel is non-negotiable because you need batting at 7.
True.
So he will come in. It's either Akshar, Ravindra Jadeja, whatever. I mean, that's non-negotiable. So what are you going to do? Now you need the other spinner to be an out-and-out wicket taker. And at the moment, I'm sorry, but I don't see a better wicket taker, consistent wicket taker than Kuldeep Yadav. Yes, he had lost his confidence slowly and gradually. Those swear words aside that he was mouthing while bowling, he has got his confidence back. So he has to start. Let's hear Shane's. Does he start or
he has
Yuzis
He
comes
has
back?
to. He has to. I would not. And I'm a big fan of Yuzvendra Chahal, but the way Kuldeep is bowling right now, and considering the fact that you're batting lower down the order, looks just a little bit, more than a little bit weak, I would have to.
Which IPL team is he with right now?
Kuldeep.
Delhi Capitals.
Yes, Delhi Capitals.
Why did he go to Delhi Capitals?
Because he didn't get any game time towards the end of his time in KKR.
Yes.
No, but I'm still a fan of the guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. The franchise.
So you're blaming your franchise.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They didn't do him too many favors towards the end of his career. They didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a point to prove. To
He did.
KKR
Don't you
as
remember
well.
last time when he took
Yeah.
all those catches, the way he was celebrating?
He got a 4-wicket haul against
Yes,
KKR.
yes. I remember he ran backwards, took a catch, and he was pumping anything and everything in the air.
No,
So
we are all saying that Kuldeep Yadav has been dealt a very, very raw deal in the
don't
past
forget,
couple
he
of
took
years.
20 plus wickets also in 2022.
Yes.
So it's not like
Yes.
he was this thing. He in fact I think was the most unlucky due to injuries, because he got injured on the eve of the South Africa tour or the South Africa series in India.
Yeah.
Him and KL both got injured. So if he was fit there, I think he would have gotten a lot more game time. Unfortunate.
He is one of the most unluckiest cricketers in this era.
No, yeah,
Kuldeep, because
absolutely.
he's gotten you wickets. He did the thankless job of even bowling in the death overs during his peak. But yet you have dealt him a very raw hand. The franchisee that he played with previously and the Indian cricket team management did him no justice whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely.
4 games in just 2 years. That's it for his franchisee. And then
See, 2021 you can't say much because he had an injury. 21, yeah, he was injured. How will you play him? bring him on a patch.
Yeah, he was. he was.
2020 wasn't injured.
2021.
21.
One. Okay.
One, he was injured, so he didn't get any game time because of that. It was just poor luck.
Take
but
his word
before
for
that,
it. Nah, he's been critical of his franchise.
yeah, and I agree. They treated him terribly. Kuldeep Yadav was someone who late great Shane Warne was saying will be a match winner for India across
No,
formats.
forget Shane Warne. I think was it Ravi Shastri who said that
India's
in
number one-
Australia
number
he's a
one
number
spinner.
one spinner, and we
And then didn't
know-
play an overseas match.
Yeah, India's number one spinner overseas, and then didn't play.
His next overseas match after that came against Bangladesh. That was
The
overseas.
man from Kanpur has been dealt a raw hand, so he deserves some sort of support. It's been unfair,
Yeah.
long time, but I think that needs to stop sometime. Let it be now. And if you really need an excuse to play him, I don't know why you would need an excuse. He anyway picks up wickets, so that should be reason good enough to play him. But I'm saying in case you do, then just if you have to please somebody, then maybe his batting or
Yeah.
that kind of confidence you get with his batting at number 8, you'd have to give. But he needs to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
for many reasons.
We all want Kuldeep Yadav to start. But is it going to happen in Thiruvananthapuram?
It is going
It
to
should.
happen.
It absolutely should.
If it's not going to happen,
It's an
then
injustice.
we will get Siddharth to go on a hunger strike for till the time he's played.
Till the time he doesn't play for India.
Till the time he doesn't get a game back again.
Okay.
Your hunger
Bhuk
strike will
Hartal.
be, you will get water and juice.
Water
No
and-
solid.
Okay, no juice. I want water.
Water and
is-
solid. Sorry, juice. No solids.
Okay, fine. No problem. I'm willing to do that for Kuldeep Yadav because,
Fair point.
I mean, look at the poor guy.
Somebody
man.
has to sacrifice so that message is passed on to you.
Wish he was a CSK guy though.
Take one for the team.
He'll take one for the team.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. As
Absolute
Sarancha,
team player.
producer puts it.
Absolutely. I
Take
mean,
one for
look at the guy who's taken 5-wicket hauls in every situation. In Australia, he also got it in India. He also took it in Chattogram, where no other bowler was being effective
Exactly.
against that Bangladesh team. Here, he set up the match for you, but what has happened? If Yajuvendra Chahal is back fit, what happens to
Kuldeep Yadav starts. We have told you. If he does not, Siddharth is going to go on a hunger strike.
Okay.
Aman Bhatnagar says Ishan Kishan made 200 now on the bench. Sky made 100, he's on the bench. Karun Nair made 300 out of the team. Kuldeep took 8 wickets and 40 runs out of the next test. But KL made runs after 50-60 innings. Now he will play till the end of eternity.
Well, Shane and I were just discussing.
That's a very mean comment.
Yeah.
Aman, we like you,
Yes.
but you're now hitting below the belt.
I know. Seriously.
Let Shane come. What do you make of his comment?
I mean, see, to be fair, before when the match was ending, I did say this. I didn't say it in this phrase, but I did say that this innings has ensured that KL is starting at least the next 10 ODIs. I mean, there were
Okay,
doubts over
first
this.
things first. We'll get to the next 10 ODIs. First things first. Did he not play a match-winning innings today?
Yeah, and he played according to the situation. You can't criticize him for that.
Did he not play a
Yes,
match-winning?
absolutely.
Played.
Is he the reason India has won today?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Sole reason?
No.
That's sole reason, but
I would
60
say the primary reason.
yes, the primary reason.
Because on this tough pitch, bowlers were bound to get wickets.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So bowlers did the job, so did the Sri Lankan bowlers do the job. Seems okay. What was the rare thing on this pitch? Good score was a rare thing
Yeah.
across two teams. So anyone who's got a good total today will go slightly above.
Yeah.
Right? So now you look at your batting, both sides. You get a 50 in Sri Lanka, that's about it. This guy, and that's an opener.
Yeah. No one.
This
has
guy,
been-
middle order, highest run getter, not out till the end. See, credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
He is the primary reason that India have won the game today. First thing first. Now we'll get into the details later, but you cannot deny him his moment in the sun, which is he's got those runs, so he played the. Now to the point that Shane was making. There is no point looking at strike rates today,
Yeah.
because he had to play according to that situation. In fact, if he tried to hit out, he would have come in for a lot of criticism. Let's say he was trying to keep the tempo up and try to play a shot got caught, he would be vilified, abused upon, everything would have happened.
True.
But he did not. So he played according to the situation, took India across the line. That's what the job of every cricketer is. At the end of the day, you see. So firstly, he's done the job. I think he's the man of the match. He will be given the man of the match. So he's done his job. By the way, last game also, he looked good in those 39 that he got.
He did.
Silly dismissal could have got a big total. So that is first. Now to the point, and which all of us, now to the point, has this inning assured he goes on to play the next 10 games? I'm not sure. Firstly, the one thing that I know, that anyway, for whatever it's worth, you, me, all of us may agree or disagree, the team had him higher in the pecking order, right? They wanted him in the 11. When I say the team, whether it's the coach, captain, or the combo, or whatever, the think tank.
The management.
Yeah, the think tank wanted him in the 11. So he was anyway going to start a few games, and the pressure was on him.
Yeah.
Because if they have reposed some faith on him, that listen, so clearly it's not based on performance that they've gone with him. They've gone because they see potential.
Yes.
So they went with him. So he was under pressure. He needed to get run. I mean, credit to him. He got a quick fire 39 when it was the conditions so bad. He's got a not out 65, 1 new. What else do you want from him? He's done what is asked of him. Now, whether that guarantees him 10 more games, I don't know. Maybe, by the way, if like 3 more failures and
The
knives would be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
The knives are always out for KL Rahul. Because whenever you remember even in the IPL, what was his there are 2 major complaints with KL Rahul. One, strike rate is a major issue in T20 cricket. Second, he doesn't perform in pressure situations. Against bigger teams, if there is no pressure, he performs well. ICC World T20 records, if you take it out against the larger opponents, against the minnows, he's got a massive average and a great strike rate.
Yeah.
Here, the situation was twofold. One, if he had not played the kind of knock, we would have been heading into a decider in Thiruvananthapuram.
correct.
Now with this, the pressure angle has been addressed to a certain extent now with KL Rahul. He has performed under pressure because look, he was weathering the early movement that Lahiru Kumara was getting.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma was found wanting.
Yes.
Virat Kohli was found wanting. Shreyas Iyer fell. Remember, on this kind of a wicket, which was sluggish, up and down bounce, you needed Shreyas Iyer, but he fell cheaply. And KL Rahul curbed his natural instincts, hung in there, and got a 50. But look at the way how he adjusted. In Guwahati, on a truer wicket, he made 39 of 30 with a very aggressive strike rate, by the way. Forget the conditions. You have to bat in the conditions that you're presented with. Here, you finally got a very tough situation and you have handled the situation very, very well. Now, what position does he bat in? Number 5. What if India doesn't have a good day with the likes of Rohit and Virat failing? He can be your buffer.
Yeah.
You need that buffer because if everything falls out, what has been the problem with India's top order in major ICC events? Your top order crumbles, there is just no buffer in the middle order.
Exactly.
In fact, there is no middle order.
In fact, 2019, remember, that was the problem.
That was the problem. If KL Rahul can give in this kind of a performance on a consistent basis, then it was right for the management to stick with KL Rahul because they thought they knew that.
Okay, I want to know from Shane Dyer specifically because he's that one notorious guy who's always pointing out when KL's getting runs also, he's pointing out that he's getting
But
runs.
this, that, and but.
No, he's got runs against Zimbabwe and this and non-pressure. Firstly, does this qualify as a quality knock? Does this qualify as a quality knock under pressure? Does it qualify as a knock against a good team or under tough conditions? Or will you use this, oh look at he got that 65 Nora but that came against Sri Lanka?
No, so let's again nuanced debate here. It does count as a knock under pressure because if he was out, the match was gone. Simple as. He knew that and he knew that it was not a big total, so it was okay to hang in. Strike rates are not going to matter in a game like this, on a pitch like this. In a pressure situation, absolutely. In a tough or tricky situation, yes, because the pitch was clearly doing something. The bowlers were, able to extract some movement. The bounce was uneven. So he had to hang in there. Correct. Not taking that away from. Strong team? No. Sri Lanka are not a strong team. I think, truth be told.
No, but the conditions will take care of
under the
that now.
conditions, yes. They could have posed the challenge.
Does this now fall out of all those knocks that you will take
I
out?
would never do that, by the way, Rahul.
Rahul does it.
Yeah.
But you're a partner in crime with him. So I'm asking
I'm
you
the
since
silent
he's not here.
accomplice.
So tell me, will this knock now not be part of that list that you take out every time he gets
100%.
runs?
Or every time he gets runs, India loses, or if he gets big runs, it's against smaller teams. No, fair is fair, and this was a good knock.
Okay, let me take lots of super chats on that. Okay, so go to the first one.
The first one we took, that's...
No, we didn't take that, did we?
Yeah.
Okay, so Roy SP is saying, I've always been happy with this top 5 and will continue to do so. Criteria should be same. Had someone failed in New Zealand, West Indies, England, they wouldn't have been considered. Same for others. Format shouldn't be great. What is...
The last part I didn't get, but I understand the rest of his,
Which is?
the sentiment is that if the players we are picking are performing, then there's no reason to consider chopping and changing. So in this case, like forcefully bringing in a Sky, let's say.
Yes. Aditya is telling me don't be hyper excited with just one good innings of KL. But Aditya, to be fair, I was backing him even before this innings. Even at times where Messrs. Rawat and Dias were not. So don't be excited with just one good innings of KL. एक बिगड़ी हुई घड़ी भी दिन में 2 बार सही टाइम दिखाती है.
A broken clock is right twice today.
Oh my God, Aditya Mohanty.
Shane sir, you look like Pritam.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
You just have to grow your hair longer.
Just get my hair a little curly and longer and sure, why not?
Good point. We will do side by side collage to see if he's the doppelganger. So we'll put.
Of course.
We will find that.
With
Good
glasses
point.
and everything, sure.
Yeah,
Glasses,
yeah.
beard, I see it.
But Sanj, you won't be able to do it now. No, take the other picture, not this one. Take
No, the
one
other
next to
one,
it,
yes. The other one, yeah, totally. Oh dear God, yes.
This,
Yeah,
This-
I totally see it.
this, and put one Shane's picture.
Oh yeah, now I see it. I totally
Make
see
it
it.
and take it on air.
Thank you, Aditya Mohanty.
Shane and Preetham, you are right. Okay.
Very correct.
Aman Bhatnagar says now KL will be unavailable for New Zealand series, and in case Samsung comes in and fails, so what do you think will Samsung get? 50 chances, saying as a last chance, like KL till the gets the chance. Okay, can I be okay? I'll just spend some time talking about that. Firstly, before I go to that, we have inside information. Is KL missing New Zealand series or not?
Okay, I had said that reports were stating that he would be not available from the first week of January. Now, whether it was for the Sri Lanka series
No,
or
the
for the,
first week of January is gone.
yeah,
Clearly,
New
that
Zealand
wasn't
is
true.
not. Is he available for New Zealand series? I'm asking you since you're close family friends with him.
I
Tell
am
us.
not close family friends with KL Rahul. Oh, I wish I was.
Because of Anna?
Anna, absolutely. Hero growing up, so why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
big fan Sunil Shetty.
Anna was he was the first outsider, if you may have to say.
Who made a real impact in
Real
Bollywood.
Yeah, but outsider, there were many. Yeah.
Who?
Jackie Shroff was an outsider.
But he made his mark later, Jackie. Jagudada.
Made mark after Sunil Shetty.
No, I mean Shetty from his very first. No, Shetty
Look,
from his very.
I'm not in that generation, even I know he's wrong.
Amitabh Bachchan was an outsider.
Correct.
Amitabh Bachchan, yes.
So what are you saying? First outsider
Arey, but Sunil Shetty in his
and Sunil Shetty.
first film itself
By the
was
way,
good.
Sunil Shetty, yes, outsider not from the film fraternity, but Sunil Shetty came from an affluent family. Yeah, if
a
he wanted
restaurateur.
his family could afford to finance a film also if he wanted.
If it
So,
wanted to.
Yeah, so he is not. I'm talking about rags to riches story. Akshay Kumar.
Yeah.
Hari Om Bhatia.
Hey, for that matter, even a Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, but that's now. I'm saying the ones he's saying first. So
90s, 80s and 90s.
so
Yeah, Jackie Shroff started as an extra
before
for
much,
Swami Dada.
so much before that.
Yeah.
So don't come any random. Coming back to the point, answer the question.
Okay.
Inside knowledge, inside trading. Is he there available or not?
We are barred from insider trading anyways, but yes,
Yeah.
I have no information on KL Rahul when the wedding is and where the wedding is.
Is he available for New Zealand?
I hope so.
We don't know.
I hope so he's available because then we wouldn't get into this whole debate of Samson, Kishan, Rahul all over again.
So let me now answer that second part of Aman Bhatnagar. He's saying that Samsung will, if supposing he's not there, Samsung will come. If he doesn't get runs, but to tell you frankly, how is it that KL Rahul gets? Should go to the core of the issue. Why is it that KL Rahul is getting a lot of chances now? That is because KL Rahul has done something in his career to have reached this far, right? KL Rahul has got test match hundreds. KL Rahul has been consistently the highest run getter in IPL season after season for so many years.
500
He has
runs,
captured.
yeah.
My point is, if there is, I'm saying, whatever, let's say a work organization. You get 2 or 3 people working in a work organization, all working on, let's say, the same beat. And 3 of them make a mistake, there is a good chance that the ones who are new or have just joined the company, it's a sackable offense, those 2 youngsters may get sacked. But there could be a guy who served 10 years in that institution, he may not be. Why is that? Because he spent 10 years in that organization doing a lot of work. So he made that kind of goodwill. So you will give him a longer rope. I am saying you cannot compare Sanju Samson to KL Rahul. Please pick up. Again, I'm not saying that what has happened to Sanju Samson is fair. I think he deserved more chances. He got a lot of chances for India. Again, you look at his record also, couldn't set the stage on fire. Maybe the other way of looking at it is that you didn't give him consistent chances, so poor guy couldn't. Both arguments are right and wrong, and whichever way you present it, you could be right. If I say that, listen, he got some 13 odd games, did nothing, I could be right. But maybe Harshitya points out, no, out of those 13s, it came after a long gap, so how do you expect him to score? Even he may be right. The point of the matter is, at the end of the day, in international cricket, there is a huge difference. You're not comparing apples to apples, you're comparing apples to oranges. KL Rahul has done a lot. There was a reason he was being built up as the new captain. That's another matter that he's gone out of favor because of maybe his captaincy wasn't good. But there was a reason. So you have had to build that to have reached that far. So don't compare, if it was Sanju Samson, you wouldn't have done that. It will not. It's like, again, Virat Kohli after the lofty standards didn't have a great 2 odd years. But can you afford to look beyond thing and compare, for example, Virat Kohli to Rituraj Gaikwad or anyone saying that, listen, Rituraj Gaikwad didn't do, so he is out, but you cannot. Again, I'm not comparing the kind of achievements of Virat with KL Rahul. There's again a big difference there. But you have to take things into perspective, in context. So everything is not the same. Again, I don't think KL Rahul has also reached the level of Virat Kohli where he cannot be dropped or he cannot be, or a Rohit Sharma, whatever. He could be. Maybe patience was running thin with him. Maybe a poor series here, or maybe he got another New Zealand series and a poor New Zealand series. Maybe he might not have got a chance after that. Could have happened. Who knows? But at the moment, to compare him to Sanju Samson, bit unfair.
No, it's a wrong comparison. If you're comparing Samson, what wrong is Ishan Kishan done? Who is already in the side?
Which could be told, Ishan Kishan, and it's an unpopular opinion, but Kishan has done way more than Sanju Samson and in his limited career. That one double 100 automatically puts him in elite rarefied company.
Forget the double 100.
But if you look at consistency,
double 100.
No, you cannot. I agree.
Yeah.
But you can't just also look at Karun Nahar as the greatest because of that.
Yes.
Also.
You look at the knocks that he played prior to a even better opposition, South Africa.
South Africa at home. Yes.
93 and 50 that he got. They were not just
Poor
flashes of brilliance.
Correct.
It came against a very good bowling attack. And okay, Sanju Samson, we all agree. Yes, he had a great average in the last 5 matches that he's played. He's been superb. Same with Ishan Kishan. But then if Rahul goes, whoever is in the team now will then come automatically in, right? And that is Ishan Kishan.
Correct.
But what about Sanju Samson? Well, he's unfortunately down in the pecking order, whether you like it or not.
That's true.
But he can, that's why I'm saying, I think Sanju, see, because we look at IPL also, and I think Sanju's had decent IPLs, but I'm saying nothing stops him from, banging the door down. If he has a 700 run IPL at the strike rate that he bats at anyway, which is impressive, you will have no option but to start considering it. Nothing stops him, and he's had many IPL seasons, and I remember he'd play that one fantastic hundreds and we'll go gaga and say, the whole world will praise him, and then he'll have string of single digit scores. So again, see, what do they say about, and it's a very common thing in Delhi cricket, that there is a lot of nepotism, there is a lot of bias in selection in junior level tournament. I spoke to a few, but then this is the same Delhi that has also produced the likes of, Virendra Sehwag or Gautam Gambhir, still a privileged child. I'm saying Virendra Sehwag, Ashish Nehra, like very humble background. But how is it that they also came through the system, a system that was biased, that would not select, and I'm not talking about when they became big, when they were in junior level, they didn't command that kind. But what you did, and I spoke to a lot of players who come through, so the difference is these guys who come from that, they would just take their level to another, standard. Yeah. So a kid like that would say, okay, if everyone is scoring 800 runs a season, and if I score 870 and the highest run getter, they may still drop me by picking the 5 guys who've got 800s, and me at 870 might be wrong. But if everyone is scoring 800 and I'm getting 1200 runs in the season, there's no way that anyone can dare to not pick me. So yes, there could be bias there, but the guy who's got 1200 will be picked. So the selectors will have to write his name, and then they may do their ghapla and take some guys here and there. So my point is, if let's say that there is some bias or whatever, even if you assume, though I don't see there is any reason for that, let's assume that there is some sort of, reservation in bringing Sanju. If he was to go and be the top 3 run getter 2 seasons in a row, everyone, the whole world, you cannot ignore him in this world of social media. Yes. How do you ignore him? So nothing stops him also from Bangalore. Don't be on margins. Just go to another level.
Absolutely. I mean, see, that's the problem. And once again, the dark side of India's problem of plenty. That's the dark side. Where will you play a particular?
There is a problem of plenty. Yeah.
There is.
Spinners, you are struggling. You don't know where.
Only for batsmen.
Batsmen, I'm saying.
That's it.
Yeah.
This was Sanju Samson's thing.
Yeah. No, we don't know.
You've got Ishan, you've got Rishabh, you've got Sanju.
Those are also few. Like, I wish there were like some 5 great players that, I think the issue is with, let's say, 2 or 3 players here and there. Sky cannot come in.
Sky, because of Shreyas Iyer.
There isn't like some, 5 other fantastic players who are sitting out and you can't.
It's not like a Michael Hussey in the early days of his career.
Yeah, wouldn't get a chance. Or Gilchrist, when he was playing, he wouldn't get a chance.
Yeah, or maybe Brad Hodge. Hodge couldn't play because Gilchrist was prime form.
Yeah. There was one old one, Saransh, काफी देर पहले से था, which we had missed. This I'll take later. There was one I think we missed.
अनिल वो ऊपर scroll करके मिल जाएगा.
Just click this. There's one which has gone up, which we will go to. That's why you miss Anurag, would have taken all the screenshots. And this we have.
Shivam.
And Shivam. Shivam is coming back tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
No, higher than that.
One above that. Okay, till the time he finds
I don't think he can scroll higher.
Let's take one. Acha, let's take this. I think we may have lost it. Okay, just take this one.
He went down. Okay.
Oh. You feel the aches and pain a day later. So I played football yesterday, was fine, but today you're feeling little bit here and there, whatever some.
So this chat is, do you think this will be the last World Cup for Rohit, fitness-wise? If yes, do you think he only have 8-9 months of ODI career? Will BCCI look for future after the World Cup and rebuild the team like T20?
Who's asking this?
Ajitesh Dikshit.
Ajitesh is asking, is
From
this
Canada.
the Ajitesh Dikshit from Canada saying, what is it again?
Do you think this is the last World Cup for Rohit?
Last World Cup for
Rohit.
Rohit.
Last 8-9 months for him, and then the team starts to rebuild after the World Cup.
I would imagine, though it's very interesting to hear Rohit himself come out and say the other day that he's not still done with T20. He aims to be playing T20, but you could be right that I think what the BCCI could be looking at is that maybe this T20, I think it's going to be tough for him to come back. That's how the BCCI is thinking. I think this could be that last World Cup for him as far as ODI cricket is concerned. I think the one format where he's really come into his own and matured recently has been Test cricket. Maybe he could continue in Test cricket for so long. But having said all of that, nothing is permanent in Indian cricket. Also, let's not forget that no matter what you think of Indian cricket, there is a very important tournament that comes every year called the IPL, where he is still the captain, where he will continue to play maybe for a season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, I don't know.
Maybe longer.
Till he can. And if he does really well there, and the guys that you are, betting on or going with for the future are not really in prime or end up losing series, there's no way that you will not go back to Rohit, especially if he is playing IPL and doing well there. So I think there'll be an opportunity to assess, reassess, reconfigure. All of that might still happen.
I mean, Rohit Sharma, technically you are saying tests, but how many tests has he played in the last 1 year? He's gotten injured.
But that's also because he's playing all formats.
And also don't
If
forget
he's not playing that,
India barely played any test.
Yeah. So if he's not playing all formats,
In totality,
maybe he may be fit to
two
play.
towards the end and
Test
one in the
cricket.
middle.
I think in the last 2 years or so, he's been one of your best standout.
So
test
that's like a
batsmen.
one test, but even then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the Sena countries, there's a
Fight.
common joke, right? Whenever there's a tour of the Sena countries, he gets injured. Rohit Sharma.
Whose joke is that again? Rahul again.
Yes.
No, it's not his joke. This is
It's a very
from
common consensus.
Someone.
no, it's on social media.
That's a very common consensus on
Yeah,
social.
but I don't believe it. I think he's really
Unlucky
come
with
to his-
injuries.
No, because I think he's not fit enough to play 3 formats. Let's be honest. As soon as you relieve him of a few formats, I think he'll be fit enough. And I think he always underperformed in Test cricket. But from that 2018 onwards, I have seen a big change in his approach towards Test cricket. What would happen is he had so much talent, he would look good but then throw his wicket away. Very typical white ball cricket style. I think he finally realized to put a price on his wicket in Test cricket. And as soon as he did it, he was
His
a
career
different
took off.
batsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
What is Aman Bhatnagar saying? KL, he gets the point about KL getting chances, but this time we heard selectors had tiff with captain for KL versus Samsung while selecting the team. It means manager is still dragging an employee, but management is not happy. No, so what you're trying to say, Aman, let's assume that the gossip that you give us that the selectors wanted Sanju Samsung, but the team management, which could be captain coach combo, wanted KL Rahul, and there was a bit of a difference of opinion, and they eventually had to go with what a captain and coach wants because that's how cricket works. So they went with him. So effectively that is the management, na? And if they want him, that's how cricket is. It's, I mean, if it was football, then you had a Roman Abramovich deciding, I don't want this coach, get out. What is that? Madrid.
Florentino Perez.
Perez. You know, decides he is the boss. He decides out. But cricket doesn't work like that. It's always worked where captain
Captain
is
says,
the
right?
guy. He is, so if the captain wants him, so be it. But also remember, if you don't do well, then the captain is answerable. So you give him the authority or that leeway to decide what to do with. But when you don't do well, then your neck is on the line. Quite similar to what happens in football. The manager gets whatever he wants. If he wants to drop Beckham, he can drop Beckham. He wants to drop Ronaldo, he can drop Ronaldo, so long as his team is doing well. As soon as they're not, as soon as it doesn't, the player will stay. It's the manager who goes out. So it's just quite similar.
No, it's a cruel sport.
It's happening in football right now. You look at Manchester United.
Yeah, the coach is doing
Ronaldo
his job.
gets dropped for the Liverpool game after United make a horrible start to the season. Drops him in the all-important game at Old Trafford where Liverpool are to come. Again, you win against Liverpool, very good performance.
Then there's no
consistent run. Again, you're answerable then. Again, nobody is holding Eric Ten Hag responsible right now because he took a tough stance to let go of a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, not play him, not respect him enough.
In his words.
No, it's a cruel sport. I mean, KL Rahul, he had a good 3-4 years ever since his beginning. Okay.
Kuldeep as a player of the match.
Kuldeep Yadav. Actually, because of his
3 wickets.
and the batting.
And the 10
quality.
runs.
I don't know. I'd love to know from you guys. I would have given it to KL. You wouldn't have won the match if it wasn't for KL.
Yeah, but
So Kuldeep got 3 wickets. So did Siraj.
Yeah.
So did the Sri Lankan bowler. All I'm saying in this pitch, so you got to also take things into context that on a pitch where bowlers dominated, right? It was a bowler dominating match. Bowlers you tend to, if there is one guy who gets you that match winning score, he had to be man of the match.
But I think when it
surprised.
came to context and impact, I think Kuldeep Yadav, I think got those wickets in the middle when Sri Lanka were building a good score.
And that prize wicket of
Dasun
Dasun
Shanaka.
Shanaka.
Yeah,
And that collapse of 6 for 50 ensured that Sri Lanka couldn't get a bigger total.
I
And
don't
that 25 run partnership that he had with
I would have given it to KL. Man of the match.
It's a 50-50 call. Honestly, it's a 50-50 call. And as I was saying with KL Rahul, see, he had a good 4-5 years. From 2015 till 2019, he had a very good time in formats.
In fact, I remember at one point there used to be a lot of clamor as to why is it that he's not included in T20Is more frequently, because he was clearly built for the format. It's very ironic we talk about him being a slow player now, because when he burst onto the scene, he was seen as a player who would be India's match winner in T20I cricket.
The problem has only come about because KL Rahul's last 1 year performance, 5 series, it's not been good.
especially in the World Cup and the Asia Cup.
Yes.
Yeah, big
Yes.
matches. But no, one thing I actually want to talk about is, I don't know, I had my heart in my mouth when that Aksar wicket fell. Because after that you had Kuldeep coming in. So now
You're
going
late
forward-
to the debate. my friend. We spent the first 20 minutes.
This is the first point we addressed.
discussing.
Yeah.
So that is why.
So go back and see the start of the show.
So that is why KL things have not gone in his favor in the last couple of years. Got injured. He had a very horrible time with injuries. Getting back to form from injury takes some time for bowlers and for batters. So
Yeah.
I think it was justified that the team management give KL a slightly longer rope. Because he didn't get injured on his own will, he got injured. And that too a double whammy in 2022.
Yeah, you got COVID after.
Sportsmania and COVID. Recovering from that, he clearly looked out of rhythm in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
It took him time, but unfortunately, time doesn't give you that much leverage in major tournaments.
Yeah.
And KL was unfortunately found wanting in the first crucial games of the Asia Cup and then in the T20 World Cup. So, I feel that you should persist with KL Rahul now because he's clearly answered that, okay, I can play under pressure. I have won you the series. Now give me the grounds that you should drop to.
They won't. They're not going to.
It's not going to. So,
No.
what just एक सुपर चैट चला गया है सारांश
2.
2
Two super
अयो
chats.
सारांश what are you doing
1,000 apologies.
well, freaking awesome is saying
Uh-oh.
I agree with you, but you need to give chance to Sanju at least in T20s, if not ODIs. When a player is in good form, you must. I agree. Freaking awesome. It's an awesome comment. I agree with you.
Freaking right.
Yeah.
And in fact, actually, I think he should have been playing more in ODIs. His last year ODI record was really good.
Yeah.
He was touted as the finisher.
But yeah, he's been pushed as a finisher. You may get a chance. You never know. Mr. Shekhar says so. Unless Rahul, I'm guessing, does the same against Pakistan, New Zealand, England, and South Africa in World Cups, till that time he's not convinced. Okay. Don't go harping about his innings today. He's telling me this was a off the ventilator innings.
Oh,
What comments, guys?
off the ventilator.
When he says, I think what he means is basically if he didn't have to do this, then
No, off the ventilator being that his career was on the ventilator and it saved him. I
and
think
if
that's what
if this innings was not there, then
he would have been on ventilator.
yes.
Okay. Maybe. Vishal wants to know any changes in the team when KL Rahul takes a break?
Ishan Kishan comes in.
No, Ishan cannot come in. How does he come in? Ishan is a opening batsman.
They have no choice. There's no other wicket keeper.
Yeah.
No,
Have
you
another
may have
wicketkeeper.
Uganda. Sanju Samson.
If Sanju is fit, then Sanju.
How
Or
does,
push a
because
year.
they are backing Shubman Gill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Rohit Sharma are going to open. Virat Kohli is going to bat at
3.
number 3.
Play Kishan at 4 and Shreyas at 5.
If you play Shreyas at 5 pushing him,
Exactly. Why?
then
Yeah,
Hardik.
unfair on him.
Yeah, I
Hardik at
think-
6.
No,
It doesn't
no,
change
no.
his position then.
No, it does.
No, but Aksar is at 7.
Ah,
Hardik
right,
was at
right,
6.
right.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm
No, but
saying,
Shreyas.
yeah.
Why
Shreyas
push
going
Shreyas
down.
Why push him down?
And also, I don't know, Ishan at 4. I think he's a top 3 back.
He is a
At
top 3
most,
back.
at most.
And Sanju, again, if you are getting him back, okay, what wrong has Ishan Kishan done then?
No, he's not.
He's not, but
that's what
it's
I'm
about
saying, he
fitting
needs
in a
to
respect.
open,
Slot.
whether he comes in
Exactly.
for.
Sanju can play at
Shubman.
5.
Automatic fit there, but not in the middle.
You're not solving the unidimensionless of the Indian batting then. You need a left-hander. There is no left-hander barring
Oh, but
Akshar
they're
Patel.
playing without a left-hander now.
You'll need him. You'll need a left-hander.
But then the problem is then comes, and I agree
But
with
when
you.
the KL is going out, it's not a left-hander that's going out. Nah.
But still,
I'm saying he's saying when KL goes out, what do you do? But he's not a left-hander, he's not going out.
But then if Sanju comes back in, then where you're going to play him at number 5?
5, yeah, he was playing at 5. for the
Okay,
most part.
again, you're touting him as the finisher when? 4 months back. When the
Well,
world
much-
has
much
changed.
longer than
Yeah,
that.
5
Bro,
months back.
कहीं पे comment एक second Saransh?
4 or 5 months back, it was a different era. It ended with that T20
No,
World Cup.
I don't think so. I
think that was more for ODIs than T20s.
Because that they were looking at Sanju. If Rahul Dravid had that conversation, he was not going for the T20 World
Yeah,
Cup.
he was never
I think
going
they were
to.
looking at that ODI World Cup only
Yeah.
because I think he realized, and not him, anyone, all of us sitting here know that getting in that Indian top order in an ODI format, next to impossible. So I think, and we know that Rahul Dravid is fond of Sanju Samson, and he must have had a talk that, listen, the only way you can come in is you become a finisher, because that could be a slot that we may still have
Because
vacancies
remember,
for.
DK wasn't playing ODIs.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Just quickly, one sec. Pradeep Srivastav, do you think Trivandrum crowd will scream Sanju Sanju?
quite possible.
Of
quite
course
possible.
they will.
Oh, yeah.
Very
एक
likely.
second रोक लो यार, एक जगह रोक लो please.
Without saying.
Sports Warrior is saying, comment about the Sridhar book. Virat Kohli wanting captaincy from MS Dhoni. I haven't read that book, so I can't comment about it. But good point. Maybe I'll buy that book and order it today
It's
online.
got some love from the US of A.
US of A. Let's
Lots
take
of
some love.
My God.
Take the.
I'll
Satish
take it.
Kumar Swaminathan from the US
Is saying, is Surya the option to play the finisher role in ODIs if Hardik wants rest the next match? Anyway, his strike rate is 200 and it would be good for him to come in the last 20 overs and dominate the bowlers based on the situation.
I am in for Surya for any reason.
Exactly.
Whichever reason you bring him, finisher, starter, whatever.
Main
bring him
bowlers,
in.
whatever.
Bring him in to the team.
जैसे सूर्य ने बोला था ना कहीं भी खिला लो बस मुझे खेलना है
Ah,
Exactly.
said that during the Asia Cup, if I'm not
कहीं भी खिला लो
wrong.
बस मुझे
Kahin bhi, he just wants to bat. You make him open.
And I want to watch him back.
Yeah, correct.
कहीं भी खिला.
कहीं भी खिला लो
Also, the kind of form that he's in, yeah, kahin bhi khila lo, he will score.
I want to
And to be fair, I
He's
think
not
now.
worried about rotating strike, new ball, old ball, fielders inside, fielder. He will find his way out.
I want
And
to
then
see.
lest we forget, we're now living in an era where Johnny Bairstow is a legitimately good test batsman. So I refuse to believe you can't make Surya a good ODI batsman. Not a chance.
No, he can. Yeah.
Yeah, but first, if he must capitalize on the chances. Because Surya, whenever he's been given an
Well, I think
ODI
you need to give him.
chance,
Then you need to give him a this thing based on his form. You can say, okay, look, we know what you can do in T20s. We'll give you a bit of a long rope. Fail if you need to.
fail if you need it. But then again, see, who is Surya fighting for in that position? It's Shreyas Iyer.
I say I disagree. Yeah, partly that. It's unfortunate.
No, all of that can be sorted. Let's say again, hypothetically, if KL misses a series, you bring Ishan Kishan. That means Shubman then sits out. Ishan Kishan opens. You get a slot in the middle order.
Five.
And Surya can fill that slot.
Exactly.
That is also possible.
Fine.
There are
Both
various
were-
ways
both
of
things
fitting.
solved. This is exactly what I was saying the other day. You bring in Ishan, your wicketkeeper sorted. Okay, with this whole 200 thing also, his way. ठीक है? He
No, but
plays in the
I'm not.
playing 11,
I'm
and
not
Sanju Samson, they always-
advocating that Shubman goes out. because
Exactly,
he
because he's
also has a
batted well
potential.
enough. Yeah.
I
Now,
agree.
what wrong did Shubman Gill do?
No, I'm not saying that. Nobody's done any
Of course,
wrong.
He's no, again, you take to not play Surya Kumar Yadav is a big call in itself.
Because now, look, you have to stop the
So either way,
rotation somewhere.
you're taking a hard call either way.
You have to stop the rotation in some part of the batting order.
No, the only thing with Shubman over here is, yes, of course, he's averaging 70 as we speak in the last 9 months that he's played cricket in ODIs. Having said that, he is also being looked at as somebody who fits in that leadership role in the future, and you look at him as
Who? Shubman?
And
I
then
didn't
you're
know
also
that.
looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
him. You're also looking at him as
Too young to be in the leadership role. Yeah.
there are talks about.
He
has the temperament for ODI cricket. That's what they've been saying.
No, I agree. He could be a future star, superstar.
Maybe
He
not a
has
leader.
everything in him. I don't know, could be, but it's too early to
Make that call.
yeah, exactly. To have him as that, or even think on those lines that he's a leader.
And
I
to
don't
be
know.
told- Yeah, yeah.
But again, so even if not that, but then he is being looked at as somebody who has that.
Who's the future?
Who is the future
Agreed.
of again ODI cricket to
Yes.
bare minimum,
Test cricket.
also,
And test for
also.
sure, 100%.
He has yet to make a mark in T20. He has given the opportunities, but
Absolutely.
again there is just too much going his way at the moment, and he's back that with runs.
And Shubman Gill, see, he played in New Zealand, didn't play in the series in Bangladesh. Now you have got him, you'll again rest him for New Zealand. You need to have a continuity. I've been harping on it from the past 1 year that this Indian cricket team needs to have continuity.
At least to whatever extent is
See, now
controllable.
after this, you're only going to play 6 ODIs. The 6 ODIs are against KL. Reportedly is missing 3 of them.
New Zealand.
Just now I asked you, then you said I don't know.
I said reportedly.
First week you said he's going to miss. Now the
That
first
also he
week is
said
gone.
reportedly.
I had said
He
reportedly.
does flip flops, yeah. More
No
flip flops than
flip-flops.
Indian team management in selection. The same thing he's advocating now. I want consistency, and he is doing flip flops.
But we are all thinking that KL is not available
So
for New
you are
Zealand.
telling that KL is not available for New Zealand.
I'm
That's
saying
what you're telling.
reportedly.
So you're reporting, na? Reportedly, you're reporting.
See, I wish I had access to KL Rahul's family and also to his wedding, which I don't, unfortunately.
He's getting married.
Yes. It was reported, wasn't it? It was reported. So,
Who's he getting married to?
Anna's daughter,
Athiya Shetty.
Athiya
She
Shetty.
has a name.
Athiya Shetty.
Athiya
Was
Shetty.
he given a name?
Anna's
What is
daughter.
it?
Can I
Anna's
have it?
daughter, Athiya. I thought you all knew. You're just playing along, I thought.
No idea.
No idea. Then get idea.
Just as I had no idea that the Ravichandran Ashwin who comments on our
Was
chat
fake.
is
Now he
fake.
changed his name to Rahul Chandranashwar. And he's playing Rahul for ODI World Cup.
Wow. Exactly. So that is why have consistency in selection when it comes to one particular aspect
Or at least
of the
what you
batting.
can control. See, you can't control if reports, as you say, are true, that KL will be missing. Then see that you can't control.
You can't
control an injury.
Yes.
Right. But you can
But
control.
Shubman neither has that or is injured.
Exactly.
So you would want to persist with him for the New Zealand series and the Australia series
See,
as
you
well.
want him in the Border Gavaskar series as well, na? How much cricket will he play?
He has to play.
You need him fresh as well for the
The
Border
more you
Gavaskar
play,
as
the
well.
better you get. Isn't that
And
the
then
common
you-
saying? The more you play, the better you get. Isn't that the common saying? In
yeah,
cricket?
I don't think you need to be
What
resting a
about workload
23-year-old.
management?
What is workload management?
Oh, he'll get that once
For
once
a
KL.
bowler, it works. For a batsman, it
No,
doesn't
no.
work.
Once KL is back fit, once Rohit is.
Virat
this thing.
takes breaks, Rohit Sharma
Rohit.
takes breaks.
For Virat,
but the
it may
problem-
work.
But the problem is with Shubman, I think he's young still. You need to be giving him a lot
Yeah,
more
yeah.
chances.
If I was Shubman, I'd want to play.
Exactly.
Non-stop. That's true.
I go by Wasim Akram's legendary saying, you bowl more, you will get better. I don't know where that theory is gone.
Yeah.
I think some basic rules don't change in certain games.
In any sport, really.
In any sport for that matter, yes.
But
Mr. Shekhar, thank you for your comments. We did not feel any
We didn't
hurt
feel
at
hurt.
Yeah, we
all.
got
So, but he says KL and Babbar are similar players who will win you odd games but will choke in the knockouts. That's Mr. Shekhar. I don't know who is he's really trying to pull down. Is it Babar Azam or KL Rahul?
or both.
Who should
both.
feel?
Two birds, one stone.
Yeah, who should feel more offended? The other one, the pink one.
Then we took that. We took that.
Ah,
This is the
okay.
Surya question.
Okay, Nikhil feels that Nikhil is on Red Bull. No, I had
He's high on dosa and eggs.
no, not dosa. I had onion uttapam
Oh.
and I had 2 eggs and I had
Coffee?
No, I had a Diet Coke. Coffee I didn't. I had a Diet Coke just before that. That's got caffeine, so maybe that.
Maybe.
Diet Coke then is the answer.
That is the answer. Before we wrap up, what do you mean used to have a paramita? What do you mean used to have a good hairstyle? You're saying I used to have a good hairstyle. By the way, yeah, but if you're talking about some 15 years ago, then true, because then I had more hair. So obviously the hairstyle was good. Now I'm losing hair, receding hairline with age. So I have no option. I'm just happy that I have hair at this age. Because my father had lost his hair by the time he was my age. My grandfather had. But I've managed to keep some hair intact. So I'm just happy about that.
Beat the odds.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, your perspective changes. You're just happy about having hair and not a great hairstyle. On that note, before we wind
Why do I
up,
see a picture of me?
we
With Preetham.
have
right.
2 questions for you guys to answer. Please show. Can this be cut on screen?
Yeah, it can.
Just cut this on screen, please. So we had a comment today. Are we on screen with this?
Yes, we are.
Okay, the picture that you see on your screen, a viewer sent in a suggestion today saying that Shane Dyers looks like Preetham, the music composer. So
Not
what
wrong.
we've done is we've put them next to each other. Tell me, are they doppelgangers or not?
Yes.
Are they lookalikes or not?
Yes.
Vote in the comment section and vote in once the live video is done so that then we can read those comments. Now the live chat comments we cannot. So we'll be ending the video very soon. Vote in that thing, share it with your friends, tell your friends to vote on it and tell us if they do look alike. And the other thing that you got to vote for, you can come out of that Saransh now, is that who do you think was the rightful contender to be the man of the match? I have gone with KL Rahul. I think his innings made a difference. If he hadn't, I'm just giving you why I think he's there, because he helped his team win the match. Whereas if you see, it was a bowler-friendly wicket, so 3 wickets I know are good, and then he got this 10 runs too. But I think there were other bowlers also who picked up 3. So,
Ross brothers.
Brothers of one mother.
yeah, the
Somebody's
A brother
becoming
from another
Imran
mother
Khan.
is modified.
brother
The
from
new web
another.
series coming up.
So I've gone
Mother
with
from another
KL.
brother.
Anybody else gone with? You've gone
I
with
will shade and say KL.
KL.
because Just about.
KL.
But
Oh,
yes.
big thing coming from Shane Dyers.
Agreed.
KL.
Yeah.
I agree with Kuldeep.
Kuldeep. So Kuldeep, KL, you guys Come on. Nikhil says, the other Nikhil here says Kuldeep. And Manikant. Okay. On that note, thank you so much for your company. I hope you guys had a great time. Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next game that's coming up on Sunday.
At Thiruvananthapuram.
By the way, India Hockey World Cup starts tomorrow. What we are also doing on Sports Today will be before the India game, which starts at 7. We'll do a short preview before that, then in the halftime, and then post game. So every India match we're going to be doing it. Very excited about the Hockey World Cup. I love hockey, pacey game. Everything moves so fast.